Okay, so I welcome you all to the upcoming session of our class, and we were discussing to draw the shear force and bending moment for the various beam and loading patterns. So I will discuss today loading pattern. You see here, this is a beam, and to support these from these supports, it is identifiable that this is a simply supported beam and subjected to uniformly distributed load. This is the uniformly distributed load of magnitude 2 kN per meter and 2 kN concentrated load. So you have to draw the shear force and bending moment diagram. You will be asked to draw the shear force and bending moment diagram for the loading pattern here. Okay. So as I have told you, first you will in the step 1, the approach, it will be step 1, it will be draw free body diagram. Okay. So here free body, the body means where our attention is being focused, or your point of interest. Here the beam is our point of interest, and free body means we have to make this body free. We have to make this beam free from its support. So before making the beam free from its support, you must identify the what are the supports. So from this symbolic representation of these supports, this is the symbolic representation of this is called as a roller support. As you can see, there are small circles I have drawn, so this is called as a roller support. And from the preliminary mechanics class, you people know that this roller support provides a reactive force along vertical direction. So this is called as a roller support. Okay, and this support you must be identified that this is called as a pin support. This is, we call it as a pin support or a hinge support. Some also call it as hinge. Okay, and this hinge provides reactive force along two directions. They are your vertical direction and along horizontal direction. Okay, and before going to draw the free body diagram, we must name the beam. And where is we have to name the supports, you have to give name, and at the loading points you have to give name. So this beam, I will name it as this point as A, this is another point B, this will be another point C. And to synchronize all the diagrams, what we people naturally I draw, I will advise you to make this beam diagram, the free body diagram, the shear force and bending moment diagram, all the diagrams one after another taken in order and at a particular place, so that it will be easy for analysis and it will look also nice. So to make the synchronize, make a harmony between all these diagrams, we have to, you put a scale. Okay, so I have to extend these point lines here like this. Okay, and here at point B. So within this space I have to make all these things. So first I will draw the free body diagram. So this will be the beam. Okay, and at point A there will be two reactive forces. Okay, one along the horizontal direction. Suppose let I assume this is the horizontal direction along which the reactive force is acting. So this is being written as HA. H stands for horizontal, A stands for at point A. And another thing I am telling you, this is a reactive force. This is a reactive force. Repeatedly I am telling this is a reactive force. So you have to make it slash. This will distinguish that this is a reactive force provided by the support. And at point A, this is the point A, na? So there will be along another vertically directed reactive force, and this will be represented as VA. Slash it, VA. Okay. So for the roller support at B, here only the reactive force along the vertical direction. So this will be VB, and you make it slash here. Got it? Okay. So then what are the active loads? What the active loads means? The loads which are being applied. The active loads here are these. This is the UDL. A point load is applied here of magnitude 2 kilonewton. UDL kilonewton per meter. The span length between these two supports is 4 meter, and this is 2 meter. Okay, so I think we have successfully drawn the free body diagram. Over. Step 1 is over. Then I will move. Yes, this last. This is the reactive forces. So then I will move to step 2. Okay. Yes. This will be step 2. Step 2 is your calculation of reactive forces. And what are the reactive forces here? The reactive forces are HA, VA and VB. This point is C. Okay, so these are the reactive forces. And what are the equations? We have got 3 equilibrium equations. We have got 3 equilibrium equations, namely number 1, summation of f of x is equal to 0. Number 2, summation of forces along y direction, vertical direction is equal to 0. Number 3 equation, summation of movement about a point equals to 0. Okay, so first I will use summation of f of x, or forces along horizontal direction, is equal to 0. So you can see here what are the forces along horizontal direction. I can see here only one force, HA. This is a vertical force. UDL is acted vertically downward. This is a vertically reactive force at B. This is vertically downward concentrated or point load. So no horizontal forces are there except HA. So HA is becoming 0. Okay. Another thing, a sign convention. For the forces along summation of f of x is 0 na, so you must put a sign convention. That means all the forces I am putting, suppose this is the symbol, I am making you understand what the symbol stands for. The forces along horizontal direction. So this is the ray. What is called? This is a ray. What is the ray? That means the force can be extended only in the right hand side direction. And all the forces along the right hand side direction, they are positive. Over. Then I have got 2 more unknowns. Okay, VA and VB. So I can use I cannot use the summation of f of y is equal to 0 right now, because 1 equation and 2 unknowns, so this cannot be solved. So all of a sudden right now I cannot use summation of f of y is equal to 0. So I am proceeding with summation of moment about a point is equal to 0. I can take moment at any point. I can take moment about point A, I can take moment about point B, and also I can take moment about point C. So which point I will consider? I will consider a point in such a way that the one of the forces or moment due to one of the forces will vanish. Moment due to one of the force will be 0. So either you can take moment at A or you can take moment at B. So I am taking moment at A. Okay. So let it be summation of moment about a point A equal to 0. Then sign convention. I will take much of the generally accepted sign convention here. The counterclockwise moment as positive. The counterclockwise moment as positive. This is the symbol for counterclockwise moment. So what are the forces? First I will take 2 kilonewton force. So you see what will be the sense of this moment. It is clockwise or counterclockwise. You can see 2 kilonewton vertically downward, and this is the point A. So what will be the nature of the moment? The nature will be moment, it will be clockwise. Okay. So this will come minus. So minus, what will be the force? The force is 2 kilonewton. What will be the perpendicular distance between line of action of the force 2 kilonewton and point A? So this is the vertical direction, and along this point A, this is the perpendicular distance. What is the length? The length is 4 meter plus 2 meter, 6 meter. Okay, understood? So this will be 2 kilonewton into 6 meters over 1 force over. Okay, then I will come to vertically directed upward. This is your force VB, reactive force VB. Okay, and this is directed vertically upward. So what will be the sense of the moment? The sense of the moment about point A due to force VB. This will be along this direction. This from intuition, from your knowledge, from your IQ, from your common sense you have to develop. So this is counterclockwise in nature. So it will be positive. So it will be positive. The force is VB and the perpendicular distance. Mark the sentence. What I am telling, those things you have to write or those things you have to remember. The distance between the line of action of the force VB and the point A. Okay, that is 4 meters over. Then rest, the last one is your UDL, I think. Yes, this is the UDL. And due to this UDL, what will be the force? UDL, the force it will be as this UDL is spread over the entire span. So we will calculate the we will assume as if this UDL is acting at a particular point. And what is that point? That point is the geometrical center or centroid or center of gravity of this beam. This will act here. So if this will act at its geometrical center and it will be in vertically downward nature, the sense of the moment about point A, it will be clockwise in nature. So this will be minus. The minus, and what will be the force? The force it will be 2 kilonewton per meter into, this is 6 meter. This is the force over. What will be the perpendicular distance? If it will act at the geometrical center, then the distance between or the perpendicular distance between the line of action of this geometrical center and point A, it will be 6 divided by 2. This will be 6 divided by 2 meters. I am writing everywhere the units. Units help much. You can check, you can if you are committing any mistake so you can identify from the units that we are in a correct path or not. This is called as homogeneous from units point of view. You see, this is kilonewton meter, this is kilonewton meter cancel, kilonewton meter, and this obviously this is kilonewton meter. So these three terms are homogeneous from units point of view. So we are correct. Okay. So these small things we must have to take care. So this will be minus 12 plus 4 VB minus 6 36 minus 36 is equal to 0. So VB will be 48 by 4, it will be 12 kilonewton. So VB is coming 12 kilonewton. Okay, then what will be the magnitude of VB? So this is calculated VB, calculated VA. Then now I can use summation of f of y. This equilibrium equation I can use. Okay, so I can write summation of f of y is equal to 0. And what will be the sign convention? The sign convention, all the forces acting vertically upward direction, they are positive. This is the sign convention. Okay, so what will be this? I can write the equation implies that VA plus VB, these two are vertically upward, VA, so positive, VB is positive. What are the forces? They are vertically downward. 2 kilonewton is vertically downward, so this will be minus 2 kilonewton concentrated load, and another, this UDL is downward in nature, so minus, this will be 2 kilonewton per meter multiplied by 6 meter. So this I can write VB is 12 kilonewton minus 2 kilonewton minus 12. So how much VA is coming? So VA is coming 2 kilonewton. So all the reactive forces provided by the support are identified. VA, the vertically, and I have assumed the direction to be vertically upward at A. I have assumed the direction of a reaction force at B as vertically upward. I am getting the answer also in positive. So the assumed directions are absolutely okay. These things you know from the mechanics class. Okay. Magnitude of VA is 2 kilonewton. It is coming. I can write, no problem. 2 kilonewton. But it will be better do not write here. Okay. 12 kilonewton. Over. So reaction force calculation is over. Next step, we will move to shear force calculation. Next thing, we will move to shear force calculation. This will be step 3. This will be step 3. Shear force calculation. What is shear force? Shear force is otherwise known as net imbalanced force. Net imbalanced force along vertical direction of beam. Net imbalanced force along vertical direction of beam. Okay. Yes, net imbalanced force. Here I will put no sign convention. If the symbolic representation we will do, that is better. Many others they make many symbolic representation, but we will they take sign convention, we will take symbolic representation. Okay, so let it be shear force at point C. Here you see shear force at point C. This is 2 kilonewton downward. So I can just write 2 kilonewton downward. This way you can write 2 kilonewton downward. Okay, this is important. Do not forget to represent this, because if you will not write down the direction, okay, so I cannot draw the shear force diagram. This is important. That I am not using sign convention, but I am using the directions. Then I can write shear force up to point B. Here you see one thing, shear force I am using up to point B, that you think must mark. Up to point B means we have not reached at point B, but we are at a vicinity very close to point B. You can remember there will be a limiting condition in mathematics class or in calculus class. You must know limit x tends to 0. That means x is not 0 actually, but it is approaching to 0. That means it may be plus 0.01 or minus 0.01. So it will be, we are as another thing, we are approaching from this right side. We are approaching from this right side. This you must give a reference mark. Okay, so from here, so this is will be our start. So I am looking from this. You can put your hand here only at C point, that means 2 kilonewton force is here. Up to C means the point B is not seen, but if I will just open it over my hand, then the B point B is seen. Okay, so shear force up to point B means the load at the reactive force at B is not seen. Okay, so shear force up to point B, what will be the shear force means, you remember net imbalance force. So 2 kilonewton downward, it is already there from the previous. So 2 kilonewton downward, it is already there. Okay, another, again there is downward force. What will be the downward force? This due to this UDL. What will be the magnitude of this? The magnitude of this will be 2 into 2. Okay, so this is again in the downward nature. Okay, so both will become, so 2 into 2 kilonewton. So this will be 4 kilonewton. This is again downward. So this force is downward in nature, this force is downward nature, so they both can be added. This is 6 kilonewton. And 6 kilonewton in which direction? In downward direction. This you represent. This is important. Okay, this is important. This is important. Then I can write shear force at point B. Shear force at point B means now the point B is opened. So up to point B, what is the net imbalanced force? I am repeatedly telling net imbalanced force so that you can understand. So that will be 6 kilonewton and downward in nature. Okay, and at point B you see there is a vertically reactive force and it is upward in nature, or both the vertical forces, they are opposing each other. Yes, this will be natural. This will happen because you are providing the support now, because here the load is coming. So if there will be no support, then how the beam will survive? The beam will break. Okay, so here I am counter attack. I am facing the loads. What are the loads and what is the magnitude of VB? The magnitude of vertical reaction at point B, I have calculated. Here you can see VB. Yes, 12 kilonewton. VB is 12 kilonewton. Here I have written also 12 kilonewton. Okay, so plus 12 kilonewton and it is upward in nature. Now you can see, and this is downward in nature and this is upward in nature. So both are opposing each other. So what will be the net force? Net